Hey everybody, Rob Orgel, and welcome to the channel. Behind me, you'll see a whole bunch of silencers, as I am your favorite nut job for testing silencers and finding out who cuts the mustard, who's got low back pressure, and who, when compared head to head, is the superior suppressor. Now in today's video, I wanted to make this in response to an MDT article that I wrote. And in that MDT article, I mentioned that I have a 26-inch bolt-action .223 rifle that is actually quieter than my staple gun. Now my staple gun is not pneumatic, it's just a standard staple gun that you would find at Home Depot, and I find it to be kind of offensive to my ears. Now one might argue that it's offensive because I'm up close with it and I'm up against a board that ricochets that sound back at me as I'm stapling up a target. Now my 26-inch .223 puts the suppressor and the muzzle pretty far away from me, and with no port pop or anything escaping from the ejection port, it makes for a very, very quiet suppressed rifle. So join me in today's video to answer the question, could a .223 be quieter than a staple gun? As always guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe so you don't miss any of our future content. Let's get into it. Those of you who don't know, I'm a combat veteran. I lost a lot of my hearing in Iraq. So I hear hearing loss and tinnitus, which is weed in my ear at all the time. And a lot of you guys I know can relate. Now, having said that, it's very easy to re-offend my ears. So even snapping close to my ear makes my ears ring. Now, how does this apply to .223 being substantially quieter than my stapler? Well, when I've got my stapler and I'm in, this is the pits on the 1,000-yard range, for example, and I go to staple, I'm getting my head closer to the paper as I'm stapling, to the echo off of the cardboard as I'm stapling. And it sounds like this. And that just makes my left ear go from ee to wee because it's so loud and so close to me. Whereas on my 26-inch .223 rifle, my suppressor is like 3 foot, 4 foot in front of me. So even though it's .223 and it's supersonic, it is substantially quieter to my ear in comparison to my stapler. If you were to put a decibel reader right at the edge of my stapler and right at the edge of my let's say 22, you might say that they're similar, and in some cases, like the Tiger 22, using subsonic ammunition, it is even quieter on the 22 than the stapler. However, with the .223 from behind the gun as my ear hears it, to me, this is louder than my .223. Let's see what that looks like. Alrighty, here you can see I've got my 26-inch .223 rifle that I referred to earlier. We're using the Sig 40-grain varmint ammunition. I actually just returned from a coyote hunt using this ammunition, and it works really very well. Tomorrow I'm going on yet another coyote hunt, and there's a red dot on top of my bolt gun. Now, why would I do that? The optic I typically use, I had to repurpose. Unfortunately, I only have so many optics, so I had to pair it with something else. So to circle back to discuss this .223 rifle, I went ahead and just dropped a red dot optic on it for now, just to cover the content for today. So don't beat me up over my silly red dot on top of my bolt gun. All right, guys, let's get into it. Here we go. .223 varmint round going in. That doesn't offend my ears at all. There's the weed of my normal tinnitus doesn't spike after that. And that might have to do with the suppressor being so far away, but I could do this all day long and it wouldn't hurt my ears. However, my stapler, being in the pits, being surrounded by cardboard, to me, that sounds substantially louder than this did just now. And keep in mind, you're hearing from my perspective with the lapel mic. Let's do another one. See if there's a first round pop delta. And I'm gonna go click just once for you to get a sound signature of that as well. Yeah, for me, that is pleasant. I can do it all day, and it is less offensive than my stapler, believe it or not. All right, guys, if you too enjoy the experimentation process and learning all the fun things that I'm learning and quantifying why I say my stapler is louder than my bolt-action .223, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We've got a lot more content coming your way. As always, stay safe, and we'll see you in the comments.